thing I wanted to talk to you today about was your personal safety while you're hiking out in the wilderness or even going down through the neighborhood. Anytime you go for a walk, and the things that search and rescue teams would look for and ways to keep yourself safe, along with trying to be easier to be found by the search and rescue teams. I work with a K9 unit here in Illinois, and we do a lot of demonstrations to show people what the dogs look for and everything else, because it's very rare that we actually get called out because of you can't call a K9 team out. The police department has to call us out, and it's usually after they've exhausted their resources that we get called. The biggest thing you always want to have with you is a fanny pack, and carry some essential items with you. One of them being a compass. That way you can tell your way north and south, because most people have a general idea of where they're coming from. You always want to keep a pen and a pad of paper. A little small one works, that way you can write down anything pertinent or statistics or data from where you've been, what location you've been to as you're walking, so it kind of keeps a trail history. The other essential thing is food. Not talking necessarily about big rations of food. The biggest problem we have is when people go out there, especially diabetics, when they wander, get lost, or if a patient has Alzheimer's and stuff like that, is they get affected. And it's just simple things that a lot of times we find it whenever we're out there doing training, we run into people that have medical issues because of their diabetic and they didn't take anything. So a simple thing like a little box of raisins or little oatmeal bars come in handy, along with a can of soda. That way they can get the sugar levels back up. We always carry a first aid kit with us. We keep a bigger one. Obviously, if you're traveling, a little small one for one person comes in handy, just in case of anything that happens. You also want to keep a small knife with you for if you're going wilderness. If you're going down the street, you don't want to carry a knife. But if you're going to the wilderness, you want to keep a knife with you, so if you need to mark, if you do get lost, you can mark signs on the trees, and also in case you need to cut anything, and also help with first aid. We also carry binoculars with us, but that's so we can help find you, because my job is to assist the K9 team in finding you. So I look for everything while the dog is doing scent trailing. And the difference between tracking and scent trailing is the dogs actually pull your odor. And when we walk, it can be, you don't even realize it, but you drop scents everywhere. We have better time whenever it's snow or wet outside, but if it's a torrential downpour, then it's kind of hard. The other essential thing you need to have with you is a trash bag. And the reasoning is not to pick up trash, and of course, that's always good if everybody helps keep, the world clean. But the trash bag works to where it's great rain cover. You get lost, you're stranded somewhere, you can use this as your raincoat, and it helps keep you mostly dry because it doesn't cover you all the way down. But when you hunch down by a tree, you want to make sure that you stay as dry as possible so you don't get any other ailments like hyperthermia or anything like that. The other thing is you want to make sure you do is you make sure you follow, and what we tell people is hug a tree. And the reasoning for that is that it leaves a heavy scent trail right there on that tree. So it gives us spots to where we can key in, and once we key in on that spot, we mark it, and if we need to go back to that area for the dog to re-scent, they can do that. The biggest thing is knowing your area that you're going to go hiking or just walking, because if you don't know the area, it's kind of hard. That's why you can even advantage online nowadays is you can print out maps and always have a map there, and that's where the compass comes into handy, because you can learn basics, and even if somebody doesn't have it, they can take the basics of street signs or specific like buildings and look at the map and go from there. And every forest preserve or area like that always has maps at the front entrance, and they have key marker signs that you can kind of go based off of. Even if you don't have any idea on how to use a compass, it gives you some help to go through there. We carry a whole bunch more stuff. I carry a whole backpack full of stuff, and this isn't even counting everything that I need to take care of the dogs too. And we are very expedient about finding people, and the dogs love it. It's a game for them. They want to work, and they're very eager to work. And our whole job is to make sure people are safe out there. And a lot of that comes into play with training and education to the local public, so they know what to do in case they do get lost. If there's anything else you want to find out about that, get with your local search and rescue teams or police departments, and they're all always looking for volunteers to go play the victim, and it kind of gives you an idea on what they look for and how it works. Thank you for listening.